Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome. So it's Thursday, and that only means one thing. A new patch has been released. So what has it brought to the table in terms of features for this week? Well, you may notice I'm actually zooming in on myself. Now, I'm not in myself, I'm not in another astronaut, that is actually me standing right there. We've got a spectator mode. So this spectator mode is extremely interesting. So if we press F6, there we go, I'm back in my body, and I can move around really freely. Absolutely beautiful. It's going to be really nice for some cinematics, this. So let's talk through it a little bit. Now if I hit F7, we get this interesting tracking perspective that offers the camera a track so we can move around. We can go down these stairs, for instance, and we can even come back up. And it's simple, it's nice for tracking maybe a ship from a little bit further away. But we also have a free sort of camera. So by pressing F8, we now activated the free camera where we can move anywhere, we can move around, and we can vary the speed by using the mouse wheel. So I can go really slow, or we can go really fast and just dart across wherever we would like to go. So if we head back to myself near the astronaut, we also have this feature. So say we want to get a really interesting cinematic shot, for instance, maybe a ship battle, maybe a firefight, we can lock the camera in place, and then by pressing F9, we can actually use that camera perspective and move our character around. So maybe he's coming up and down some stairs dramatically and we need to get an interesting camera shot. It could work and make a really nice sort of cinematic. Anyway, enough of that. Has many functions. And if we press F6, we're back in, and I press 2 keys at once. Now, this is quite interesting as well. This is the medbay. We've seen it all before. But we can now change our suits. So we can have a black suit, we've got some blue suits, we've got a variety of just basic colours, and I think this is just a basic sort of thing at the moment. Maybe in future you'll actually be able to change loads of different variables, maybe camouflage or something else, but at the moment you've got the options to choose between the different ones, and it allows us to do a little bit of PvP action, and you can actually tell the difference by selecting a colour for your team. So it's rather nice. Let's select a yellow, and we can move on. Now, the next new interesting feature is the drill bits. So we've got drills. Now, we've already had drills for the small ships, but it was about time we got them for the big ones. So this is a sort of design. We've got 3 sort of drill bits in this sort of interesting formation. Now, comparing them to small drills, I hopefully think they will actually be a lot more effective, and we'll have to compare that shortly. But let's actually get inside here, and we can have a look. So it's just a simple mining ship. We've got a mining vessel, and we'll climb up through the back and get into the cockpit. So hop down here, and now we're in the cockpit. So we've got this basic functionality of both drills. You can see we spin up, they work pretty much like the other drill itself. Disengage the landing gears, and we'll take off and move into a mining position. So we've got this area that we've been excavating. Let's insert this mining base, and we'll just see what we can actually do. So yeah, it seems a lot faster from what I can tell actually mining than the normal drill. It seems to be able to push into the holes, and you can just work it so much easier, so much faster than using a smaller drill. Obviously you have the second mouse button feature that just does massive holes but doesn't give you any ore or raw material. Very interesting, very nice to see, and now we have a complete tool set. We have grinders, we have welders, and we also have the ability to use the drills on the large ship. Absolutely perfect, and I'm sure I'll find a way of weaponizing them. Now, the next thing that we can also take in consideration while using spectator mode is the ability to actually build while using spectator mode. Say for instance that you're working on a creative project and you actually want to get yourself outside the astronaut and start building. If we hit F8, we can actually leave our body and we can just build as normal. So we could build a new station, maybe build a little house for ourselves here. And you're probably wondering what's the difference between building like this and building as an actual space engineer. And the ability means you can actually probably measure yourself better up to the object that you're building. You can get a correct better size, or you could even use it just purely for the actual speed that you can actually move around. Plus the ability to get yourself into some angles quite fast is always good. I mean, you can speed yourself up and down, and there's none of that annoying little jetpack buzz while you're building as well. I would like to thank you guys for watching. It was quite an interesting patch this week, not as big or as interesting as some of the other weeks we've had before, but I expect to see some cinematics on the way shortly.